Hello everyone! After I posted our first challenge, many of you wanted to know how to create the interactive part on the second page. So I am going to show you step by step how to do it. For this demo purposes, I am using 3 different colors, but you really don't have to. I just think this way will be easier you to understand. First paper you need to cut is 4 by 12. Please don't worry about the scoring part yet. The second paper you need to cut is 3.5 by 10 inch. And the third paper you need to cut is 3.5 by 8 inch. Again, please don't worry about the scoring part yet. We'll get back to that. Now, the measurement I gave you is for the scrapbook page. If you would like to create a card, then I suggest you to use a 4 by 11 inch of paper. Again, 4 by 11. And please don't worry about the scoring part. In here, I am just showing you the measurement for the card one more time. So I want to make sure you all understand this. If you are creating a scrapbook page, then cut your paper down to 4 by 12. If you are creating a card, cut your paper down to 4 by 11. The rest of the pieces remain the same. Again, do not change the rest of the paper. Those papers remain the same size. Find your 4 by 12 paper and score along 12-inch side at 6 inch. I am going to turn this around and align these end pieces up. Please pay attention to lining these up. It is very important that all your papers going to line up. Not like this, like that. If you are making a card, then find your 4 by 11 paper and score at 5.5 inch and follow the same guideline. Before we move on to the next step, I recommend you to create a template for yourself just like I did here. For the video purposes, I used white paper so you can see it better. Normally, when I learning something new, I use leftover papers and I create a template using the same color as my first. But I will give you more details on this at the very end of this series. For now, please find your 3.5 by 10 inch piece of paper. We are going to score along 10-inch side at 2.5, 5, and 7.5 inch. Again, your first score line is 2.5 inch. Second is 5 inch. And the last one is 7.5 inch. In here is my templates to show you how your score line should look like. And the back of my template show you the size of the paper. This time I need you to fold the paper in half, just like I show you in here. Please again pay attention to lining these up. It is very important that all your papers going to line up. Not like this, like that. Now find your other score lines and fold the paper as I show you in here. So right now I am just burnishing my paper using my bone folder. Okay, so let's do a recap. First, you're going to score your paper. Then fold your paper in half. Take your left side of the paper and fold that in half. Turn the other side of the paper. Take the right side of the paper and fold that in half and burnish it with your bone folder. Again, please pay attention to lining these up. It is very important. After you're done, your paper should look like this. Please put this paper on the side and find the last piece of paper, which should be 3.5 by 8 inch. Again, your paper size should be 3.5 by 8 inch long. We are going to score along 3.5 inside at 1 3/4 of the inch. Again, score at 1 3/4 of the inch. Fold your paper. I am sure by now I don't have to remind you how important is to lining the corners up. Get your bone folder to help to burnish the paper. Do both sides, just like I do in here. This last piece of paper is significant part of the mechanism, so please work slow and watch this part several times if you need to. No need to be rushed, and if you make a mistake, it's okay. It's not end of the world. This is how we learn, right? Now I am going to slow down a little bit. I want to make sure you all understand what we are supposed to do in here. Please get a pencil and measure 2 1/4 and put a pencil mark. Flip it around and do the same. Measure 2 1/4 from the corner, 2 1/4, and put a pencil mark. Then do this again. Measure 2 1/4 and put a pencil mark. And do the same thing again. Measure 2 1/4 and put a pencil mark. So basically, this is what we did. We measured from that corner to that pencil mark 2 1/4, 2 1/4, same thing, 2 1/4, from that corner to the pencil mark 2 1/4. We need these pencil marks to guide us when we are ready to score. Look, I know I might be a little bit overboard explaining things, but I just want to make sure everyone understands. I am assuming you don't know how to do this. That is why you are watching this video. So here is my template I created for you, so you can see all the scoring lines we are going to do. At the beginning, I suggested you to create a template for future reference. If you have decided to do so, then write this down. From the corner to the pencil mark, write it down 2 1/4, then 2 1/4, from here to there 2 1/4, and from here to there 2 1/4. And the score line in the middle 1 3/4. And then just put it on the side. Over here, I changed my mind. Before I start scoring, I have decided to draw the scoring lines for you so you can see it much better. Of course, you don't have to do this, but you can if you want to. Now, I need to point out something. See those lines, especially in the middle? You have to make sure those lines are lined up exactly in the middle to creating a perfect X. We are going to take the top pencil mark and we are going to score to the bottom pencil mark, creating a diagonal. And we are going to do the same on the other side. After you got all your scorings done, it should look like this and ready to fold the paper. Our next step is I am going to show you how to fold the paper to create this little house. Your paper should be scored and I need you to fold the paper as I show you in this video. Right now, all you really have to do is follow the score lines. I am just folding and using my bone folder to help me to break the fibers. Try to fold that back and forth, both sides, not only one. Okay, now please watch me. See the left side and the right side, it goes down. You pinch the left and the right side and your X is almost going up. And then this is how you create a little house. Make sure you burnish that with your bone folder. And that's it. So this is what I would like you to do for now. Congratulations, you survived your first video. Our next video is we are going to assemble all of these.